TSB TalkSport Business on Talk 100.3 as we welcome in producer Pranav and the Fans Forum to the studio.
Fans Forum.
That's what I said.
With Pranav Prasana. Talk 100.3.
How are you, Pranav? Just getting ready for another big couple of days on the couch watching nothing but sport.
Kitch, it's been like that for the last couple of days. I don't
It's been like that
know.
for the last 10 years for you.
It is been that way. And I wouldn't have it any different. Kitch, last night, one of the best nights of my life, I'll tell you that. The Europa League competition.
Oh, the loser league for European football.
You keep saying that, but Manchester United look the team to go the distance to lift this trophy. I'll tell you why. The performance that we put up against FC Barcelona, by no means did this competition look like Europa League. This was the standard of a Champions League football. High-end, end-to-end competition, high intensity. I mean, this game had everything to be one of the best games of the season. And Manchester United, true to form, true to Erik ten Hag's genius and to our abilities, they came out the victors. 2-1 this match ended.
So therefore, aggregate 4-3. So Manchester United are through, aren't they?
They are through. They are through to the last 16. Mind you, they still have to get through a couple more teams before they go to the finals and have a shot at lifting the trophy. They last won this title under Jose Mourinho in 2017-18. And right now, the opponents for round of 16 have been announced, and Manchester United are set to face another English club, which is going to be Real Betis. Again, another challenge, but look, going by the performances from last night, you look at someone like a Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, you look at Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has been instrumental with his creativity. That back four for Manchester United with Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, who's been putting in an absolute shift. Luke Shaw was one of those players 4 years ago. He had gotten an injury so bad people thought he'd never walk again. But here he is proving to be one of England's best left backs. And 2-1, I think, I'd be a little bit greedy here and say United should have gotten maybe 3 or 4 more goals.
Wow.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, this should have been a 3-1, 4-1 game for Manchester United, given, the chances that we had, given all the creativity. And I think more and more, heading into the weekend, again, we have a cup match, a final fixture in the Carabao Cup. We'll be heading to Wembley against Newcastle United. So all the more positives for us, Kitch.
And the other big match I think football fans are going for is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. our time. Sydney FC take on Melbourne City FC.
I'm sorry, who?
Yes.
I'm sorry, who? Down under? Really?
Yes.
They play football over there?
The fans are talking about this. Melbourne City FC, part of the big Manchester City franchise. They're top of the table in the current Australian A-League. And they take on Sydney FC, who are bouncing back after a good win in their last match. Coach and club legend Steve Corica has been under a bit of pressure. If he wasn't getting some wins, they thought Dwight York was going to come in and take his job. But it's the battle of the Big Blue tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. tomorrow. You think I don't talk football?
No, you
It's
don't.
going to be a big game tomorrow. Come on, Sydney FC.
Let's see where we'll find you, Kitch. Either in front of a TV watching the game or maybe a brunch somewhere down in
10
Jumeirah. You'll never know.
10 a.m. I'll be at home. I'll have my Sydney FC jersey on, my flag. I want to see the boys. And you think I don't watch football? No, but that will be actually really good. I'm genuinely looking forward to that. But when it comes down to the other football scores that are going on all the way around the globe, some big matches coming up. Looking at the Premier League this Saturday. Huge matches that are coming up. Everton versus Aston Villa and Leeds versus Southampton. We're sort of getting to that stage where we're looking at the bottom of the table, aren't we? We're trying to work out who's going to be able to stay up.
We are. I mean, we are. That's the pressure point for all the managers. Everton, they went and made their change when they took out Frank Lampard from being the manager. There's a lot of, pressure on David Moyes as well to sort of sustain his role. West Ham definitely not looking good for them. They're in the 18th position. Leeds United, they made that change when they took out Jesse March. The American manager just didn't work out for him. 19th on the table. Meanwhile, a couple of other matches to look forward to going into this week will be the big one, that is Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. This is the London derby that everybody talks about. One of the famous fixtures. Tottenham, one hand, this really fabulous stadium in modern day football with 0 trophies to show for. Chelsea, on the other hand, a famous modern football club with 2 Champions League titles to their name, multiple FA Cups, multiple Premier League titles to their name. So it's going to be interesting, and it probably comes down to again deciding that number 4, number 5 position of the Premier League. Position of the Premier League, which again is so crucial, because where do you go? The Champions League? Do you go to the Europa League in the qualifications in Euros? That again plays another crucial role. Another fixture, of course, is Arsenal versus Leicester City. Leicester are in good form.
They're in great form thanks to the fantastic Australian defender Harry Souttar. He's been a revelation.
Harry Souttar has been a revelation, and guess what? A lot of my friends as well. In fact, we play this Fantasy Premier League, Kitch, and I have to tell you, I've been telling a few of my friends, get Harry Souttar in your teams because he's going for a bit cheap right now.
Yeah, he's only come from Scotland. No one knows it.
Exactly, and he's not playing, he's not playing weak teams. He's playing absolute strong teams. Previously, Manchester United, now taking on Arsenal. But then again, if there's a chance, get him in your team because the next few fixtures after Arsenal looks pretty good. Arsenal, on the other hand, they have a chance to go on top, continue their good run of form, stay on top of the ladle, probably build a 6-7 point margin lead over Manchester City with a victory.
Oh, I can't wait for Harry Souttar against England for Australia coming up
I
at
didn't
Wembley.
know you knew Premier League football, Kitch.
See, I actually know more than you give me credit for. Pranav, thank you very much. Always good to have you talking about the Fans Forum on TSB.